cook this book today, The Blonde of the Joke by Bennett Madison. And we have with us here in the fabulous cooking book studio, Bennett Madison.
Hi!
And we're going to cook a recipe that comes to us from the mall, because a lot of the book is set at a mythical mall called Montgomery Shopping Town. And one of the things that I remember most vividly about my experiences of going to malls is that as soon as you walk in the door of the mall, you're assailed by these waves of the smells from the food court, and it's like a little bit Panda Express and like a little bit fried, nondescript fried thing.
Mostly Cinnabon.
It's the cinnamony smell of a Cinnabon.
Cinnabon and makeup. That's, to me, that's the smell of the world.
Sounds disgusting. We're not going to make makeup, but today we are going to make Cinnabons from a recipe that we found on the internet, so I hope it comes out. So the first step in making Cinnabons we learned from the internet is we are going to add 4 cups of flour. Bennett, do you want to do the adding of 4 cups of flour?
Yes.
You don't actually have to measure it because I measured it in advance.
1.
Yeah. I mean,
2.
I might have not counted right.
3, 4.
4 cups of flour. Next step is we add ½ cup of sugar. That's sugar. As I break these eggs into the bowl, I'm thinking about how you have to break some eggs to make an omelet, and some people get their feelings hurt in this book. Is that not true?
I tried to write a book in which everybody comes to a bad end. So I suppose you could say some eggs.
Is that as like a spoiler alert kind of
Spoiler alert, everyone in my book comes to a bad end.
That's a bummer. I thought that the main character of this book, Valentina, is like a real bitch.
I think a lot of people thought that all of the characters were total assholes.
I'm adding a teaspoon of salt.
Yeah, I think everybody thought all the characters in the book were total assholes, but I was sort of charmed by all of them. You just stir this while it melts?
Mm-hmm. Just get it all melty without burning it.
Like, how much do you need to stir? Just like, do you have to be vigorous, or can you just...
Honestly, I'm just having you stir it so that you have something to do. That's actually a really good cooking tip, is if you have someone helping you in the kitchen, sometimes you want to assign them little bullshit tasks so that they feel like they're useful. So that is 1/3 cup of butter. It's melting in the pan there. And then earlier I heated up this milk so it's like not boiling hot, but warm milk. And I'm going to take that milk and I'm going to measure a cup of it. And I'm going to dump the yeast into the warm milk, where they will eat the sugar and the milk, and it will start activating them. It's delicious, and also sort of disgusting. So I am going to stir, and you are going to have a very important and not at all bullshit job of pouring the milk with the yeast in it and the melted butter into the ingredients while I stir. So your book is for children, like, not really children, but like teenagers.
For teenagers, yeah.
But you say fuck a lot in it. Did your publisher ever want you to like tone down the number of times that you say fuck and talk about AIDS and stuff?
The brother in the book is dying, and a lot of people ask me, I guess a lot of people have assumed that it's AIDS, that he's dying of AIDS, but...
Just because he's gay?
I guess.
Like I just did.
Like you just did.
Yeah.
But I thought he was probably either like well, in the book it actually gives the explanation that he's just really like bored and unhappy. So I mean, but I also thought he's probably just like a drug addict.
Oh, yeah, that counts as a sickness.
Well, if you like eventually like die. So I wasn't that interested in his cause of death, but I just sort of figured he's a drug addict.
Coming up, we're going to need our dough. So we've turned our dough out onto our lightly floured surface, and we're gonna take it, and it's very sticky. We want to just knead everything together and make sure that all of those ingredients are incorporated, and we're gonna stop kneading once it becomes a nice solid ball. This is really fun, actually. I'm sure in pioneer times everyone was like, oh boy, I can't wait to knead the bread and make the bread every day. Let's just try to knead it as big as we can get it.
Okay, can I try?
Yeah. But without making it like super thin. Oh, you're exerting way too much pressure.
Too much pressure again?
Yeah. You gotta ease up there, tiger.
I know, but you're not gonna be able to get it big enough if you don't make it.
Yeah, but you get there gradually. So the next step is we pick up this piece of butter that's over here, and we smear it all over our rectangle of dough, or like something that could loosely be defined as a rectangle. The lady who put this recipe on the internet says that you don't have to measure very exactly. You can just sort of put in as much cinnamon as you want, but she put in 2.5 tablespoons, and she put the word tablespoons in bold, so I know she means business.
Now if we just put like some like foundation or concealer in here, it's not just like them all.
The characters in your book wear a ton of makeup. Like there's a scene where they're applying liquid eyeliner, and Francie, who's the blonde of the title, is schooling Valentina, who's sort of her protege. And I thought that you described that very well, actually.
Oh, thank you. Well, I feel like you've put eye makeup up on me.
Yeah, but I something poked you in the eye.
Well, I don't like wearing eye makeup. I mean, I don't often wear eye makeup, but
Me neither.
I also get like nervous about people, I don't know, putting things in my eyes.
Oh yeah, check it out.
Is it okay that they were like smushed together like that?
No, it's what makes them be good and Cinnabon-y. All right, I think we have to let them cool for maybe about 5 minutes, and then we can start anointing them with our massive pile of frosting, and then we can eat them.
So, as I've seen them do it at the mall, they just slop it on. And it's good to be generous with your icing portions. What it is.
No, I think so
slop
too.
it on.
I think so too. I love this like instructive tone that you're taking now that you've become a baking expert.
Well, I know how to do the icing part because I've watched them make my Cinnabon, and it's gonna taste. You're gonna find that it tastes just like you're at the mall.
Ooh, oh, and it's like dripping that like trademark, like
Oh, that one looks very
caramelized
Cinnabon-y
ooze.
too.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna take our first bite of the Cinnabons. I think it tastes exactly like a Cinnabon.
It might be better.
Where can people buy your book, Bennett? Wherever fine books are sold.
Wherever fine books are sold.
Well, thank you, Bennett, for cooking delicious Cinnabons. Or bonds, whichever it is.
Thank you for having me. You know, I love bonds.
Or buns. And thank you guys for watching the first episode of Cooking the Book.